last sutta, yesterday's sutta, the grass and sticks. So it's quite similar. Just in this sutta, the Buddha is describing a slightly different aspect on the same subject. Okay, and this one is also from Thanissaro Bhikkhu, the American monk. So that's a different translator than yesterday's. Okay. At Savatthi, there the Blessed One said, "From an inconstruable beginning comes transmigration." So inconstruable is like unthinkable, unimaginable. A beginning point is not evident, though beings hindered by ignorance and fettered by craving are transmigrating and wandering on. Just as a stick thrown up in the air lands sometimes on its base, sometimes on its side, sometimes on its tip. In the same way, beings hindered by ignorance and fettered by craving, transmigrating and wandering on, sometimes go from this world to another world, sometimes come from another world to this. Why is that? From an inconstruable beginning comes transmigration. A beginning point is not evident, though beings hindered by ignorance and fettered by craving are transmigrating and wandering on. Long have you thus experienced stress, experienced pain, experienced loss, swelling the cemeteries, enough to become disenchanted with all fabricated things, enough to become dispassionate, enough to be released. Yesterday, July asked about the word conditions. Here, Thanissaro Bhikkhu says all fabricated things. So that is sankhara in Pali. Sankharas are like all the things, all the appearances, all the things that we are creating with our mind that become apparently real. Those are sankharas. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So here the Buddha is using the example like a stick. If we throw it up in the air, we really have no way of knowing in which position the stick will land. It's like just so many conditions are creating that happening. So just like when we die, he's saying it's just like that, like a stick being thrown up in the air. We really can't say where it will land. So also when we die, our journey in this transmigration through samsara will go on and on from this world to another world, or from another world to this world, like that. In 31. So this is just another example to say that this journey has been going on and on like this. With no apparent beginning. So knowing like this, or thinking in terms of this kind of truth should be enough for us to turn away from this illusion of samsara, all of these fabricated things or conditions, to become disenchanted with them. Disenchanted is like breaking the illusion. Like if we're enchanted with something, we are kind of in love with it, by our ignorance. We may think something is really great or really beautiful, and we are in the illusion of that thing. So, but by thinking in this clear way, like the Buddha is speaking, we can become disenchanted with all the fabricated things. Enough to become dispassionate, enough to be released. So dispassionate again is like losing our interest in all the things of this world, to know the truth behind all of them. And by knowing the truth like that, we can be released from the trap or the binding of that ignorance. Is there the Vietnamese version of this one? If people need to read, although most of it is the same as yesterday's, just the example is different.
I don't have a Vietnamese translation of this sutta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Most of it is like the same, actually, nearly word for word. Just some of the words are different because of the different translator. But the meaning is quite the same. And then I think the example of the stick is rather simple. It may be easy to understand.
Can I explain again the fabricated things?
Oh, yeah. Basically, all that we are experiencing here, mental and physical. All the appearances, whatever appears in the world is a sankhara. Like if something is fabricated, it means it's been made, it's been created.
Yes, created.
Basically like the what Sayalay calls the created truth.
Yeah. Yes. Created truth. Yes.
Yeah.
It is quite easy to understand the meaning because the same meaning with the yesterday. Yes.
Yeah. I just wanted to give an example of how how the Buddha may give many different examples on the same subject to really like make the message clear. Actually, there's several more like this, just with a different example, but almost the same pattern, like telling that there's no beginning of the transmigration, no beginning point is evident, and then he will give another example, and then this last paragraph is the same. So in another example, he says, like, if we took all of the earth, all of the soil, the dirt, in the earth, and we made like small balls from the soil, like the size of a plum seed, maybe like this. With the whole earth, we make like this, and then we say, this one is my father, this one was my grandfather, this one was my father, this one was my grandfather, like that. And still, we will not come to the end of our fathers and grandfathers, even if we made the whole earth into this size ball. So just to show how many lives we've been going on and on through samsara. We cannot really imagine.
And we continue moving on next sutta, the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay. So this is Pabbatopama Sutta, the simile of the mountain. Simile is like an example. I think this one is also translated by Tanasaru Bhikkhu. Okay. At Sawati, then King Pasenadi Kosala approached the Blessed One in the middle of the day, and on arrival, having bowed down, sat to one side. As he was sitting there, the Blessed One said to him, "Well now, great king, where are you coming from in the middle of the day?" "Just now, Lord, I was engaged in the sort of royal affairs typical of head-anointed noble warrior kings, intoxicated with the intoxication of sovereignty, obsessed by greed for sensual pleasures, who have attained stable control in their country, and who rule, having conquered a great sphere of territory on earth." So that is kind of a very long sentence about the daily life of a king, of a successful king. He's just describing like what was his typical day, that what were things he was doing before he reached to the Buddha. So he's just like summarizing, oh, I was just doing the typical things that a warrior king, intoxicated, like drunk on the success of my greed for sensual pleasures, having gained control over the whole country, now having stable control over a great sphere of territory. So then the Buddha asks the king, "What do you think, great king? Suppose a man, trustworthy and reliable, were to come to you from the east, and on arrival would say, 'If it please your majesty, you should know that I come from the east. There I saw a great mountain, as high as the clouds, coming this way, crushing all living beings in its path. Do whatever you think should be done.' Then a second man were to come to you from the west. And where it has these 3 dots, it means that some repetition or some repeated phrases have been taken out to make it shorter. So actually in the original sutta, it would say, then a second man were to come to you from the west, and on arrival would say, 'If it please your majesty, you should know that I come from the west. There I saw a great mountain as high as the clouds, coming this way, crushing all living beings in its path. Do whatever you think should be done.' So then a third man were to come to you from the north. Then a fourth man were to come to you from the south, and on arrival would say, 'If it please your majesty, you should know that I come from the south. There I saw a great mountain, as high as the clouds, coming this way, crushing all living beings. Do whatever you think should be done.' If, great king, such a great peril should arise, such a terrible destruction of human life, the human state being so hard to obtain, what should be done?" So the Buddha is asking the king, like, if this situation were to happen, that someone reported to you that a great mountain is coming from every direction, crushing everything in its path, then what would you do, great king? And then the king answers to the Buddha, "If, Lord, such a great peril should arise, such a terrible destruction of human life, the human state being so hard to obtain, what else should be done but Dhamma-conduct, right conduct, skillful deeds, meritorious deeds?" So we can see here that this king is a good disciple of the Buddha and already understands what the Buddha is teaching, that we need to be doing good deeds. So is this clear to everyone? Is it necessary to read in Vietnamese? Or is there a Vietnamese version?
Okay. Okay, wait for me because uh I will search Vietnamese translation.
Okay. Or if anyone has a question
Yeah.
or doesn't understand something.
Mọi người cần gì mọi người hỏi sư cô nhá, tại vì em đang tra cái bản tiếng Việt của cái bài kinh này. Hay thôi, mình sẽ lên Google cho nó nhanh. Translate.
Chị Trâm ơi,
Ôi,
em gửi cho chị đường link nhá.
em gửi đi.
Vâng. Em gửi trên nhóm tin nhắn chị nhá.
Chị chưa thấy.
Trên tin nhắn đấy chị, tin nhắn ở trên group của Zoom ấy ạ.
Lúc nào nhở, chị đâu có thấy đâu.
À, không phải Zalo, chị muốn nhận Zalo đúng không ạ? Thế để em gửi Zalo.
Đúng rồi. Nhắn ở group Zoom ấy hả?
Vâng. Thế để em gửi lại Zalo ạ.
Đây. Được rồi.
Vâng.
Rồi đây là.
Vâng.
Okay, thank you em nhiều. Ô sao hay thế nhỉ? Oh yeah. Yes, Sayalay. Wow.
Found it?
Yeah. Vietnamese translation.
Wow.
Yes. Đấy mọi
Oh,
người.
I'm the same.
Đi mọi người.
Right.
Trong khi chờ đợi mọi người coi câu hỏi Sayalay chút không?
Đây
Sayalay.
con đang share cái bản tiếng Việt đấy. Ai đọc?
Thì trong khi chờ đợi nói
Dạ.
hỏi chuyện sư cô chút được không?
Dạ được.
Yeah. Hi Sayalay. Help me
Hi.
explain for me
Yes.
swelling the cemetery.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know,
What
the cemetery.
is swelling? Yeah.
Oh, swelling is like getting bigger. Like we can have swelling in our body if we have like too much water in our body, or if we have some injury, like first that place may become swollen, like may swell, like get bigger. So like because we've lived so many lives, life after life, and we have this body every time, and then we have to bury the body in the cemetery. So the cemeteries become bigger and bigger, more and more full. Like all the bodies that we have lived have also died and then have to put in the cemetery.
Yeah. Thank you, Sayalay.
You're welcome.
Nào mà cả nhà đọc xong phần tiếng Việt rồi, xong là gõ vào group chat dùm em nhé, là ok rồi để cho sư cô quay lại cái bản tiếng Anh. Bài kinh này hay không? Okay. Yes, I am right. In Vietnamese, people, yeah. Read again, read the Vietnamese
Okay.
translation. Yes.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. So the king told the Buddha that if such a thing were to happen, the appropriate response would be to do Dhamma-conduct or right conduct, skillful deeds or meritorious deeds. So the Buddha says to the king, I inform you, great king, I announce to you, great king, aging and death are rolling in on you. When aging and death are rolling in on you, great king, what should be done? And the king says, as aging and death are rolling in on me, Lord, what else should be done but Dhamma-conduct, right conduct, skillful deeds, meritorious deeds? There are, Lord, elephant battle fought by head-anointed noble warrior kings, intoxicated with the intoxication of sovereignty, obsessed by greed for sensual pleasures, who have attained stable control in their country and who rule, having conquered a great sphere of territory on earth. But there is no use for those elephant battles, no scope for them, when aging and death are rolling in. There are cavalry battles, chariot battles, infantry battles, but there is no use for those infantry battles, no scope for them, when aging and death are rolling in. In this royal court, there are counselors who, when the enemies arrive, are capable of dividing them by their wits. But there is no use for those battles of wits, no scope for them, when aging and death are rolling in. In this royal court, there is abundant bullion and gold stored in vaults and depositories. And with such wealth, we are capable of buying off enemies when they come. But there is no use for those battles of wealth, no scope for them, when aging and death are rolling in. As aging and death are rolling in on me, Lord, what else should be done but Dhamma-conduct, right conduct, skillful deeds, meritorious deeds? So the king clearly knows already that all of these worldly pursuits, or all of the normal worldly ways that we occupy ourselves, are not really useful against aging and death. So the only thing to do is Dhamma-conduct, or meritorious deeds, or good deeds. So those good deeds are dana, sila, and bhavana, or generosity, morality, and purifying our mind. So those are the activities that we should be doing in the face of aging and death. And so the Buddha replies to the king, "So it is, great king, so it is, great king. As aging and death are rolling in on you, what else should be done but Dhamma-conduct, right conduct, skillful deeds, meritorious deeds?" That is what the Blessed One said. Having said that, the one well gone, the teacher, further said this. The one well gone is also another way of describing the Buddha, just to say like the one who has done well, or the best in this life, the one who has done everything that should be done, or the teacher.
Yes, Sayalay.
Yeah.
Some sentences or some words are mentioned many times in this sutta, like aging and death are rolling in, or rolling in on, right? Or
Yeah.
Dhamma-conduct, right conduct, skillful deeds, or meritorious deeds. Can you explain
Yeah.
the meaning of these words?
Yeah.
Become old, right? And
Yes. Yeah, aging is becoming old.
yeah.
Yeah, aging, like our age is getting more. And death are rolling in. It's just to say like they're coming closer and closer.
coming closer and closer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, rolling in. I'm not sure why we say rolling in, but yeah, just a way of saying
but we can,
coming near.
yeah, but we can use another way to express like aging and death are coming closer and closer, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Easier to
Coming,
understand. Yeah.
yeah, okay. Yeah.
Coming in.
Coming
Yes.
nearer and nearer. Mm.
Coming near and near. Yes.
Mm. Yes. So Dhamma-conduct or right conduct, skillful deeds or meritorious deeds, these are all kind of the same, different ways of saying, like making merit. Meritorious comes from merit, you know.
Merit.
Yeah, meritorious deeds or deeds full of merit, good deeds. So it means dana, sila, and bhavana. Dana is generosity, sila is morality or keeping precepts, and dana, sila, bhavana. Bhavana is meditation or mental purification of mind.
Yeah.
Or for monks and nuns, it's generally said the meritorious deeds we should do are sila, samadhi, and panya. So sila again is morality or keeping precepts. Samadhi is like concentration meditation. And panya is wisdom, or maybe we could say like vipassana meditation.
So we can talk instead of Dhamma-conduct, right conduct, skillful deeds, or meritorious deeds, like we practice the Buddha teachings, like keeping precept, practice meditation, dana.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Dana.
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Donate, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Generosity, so giving, any kind of giving.
Yeah.
Or helping, sharing, caring.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
those are just
Dhamma-conduct is the bhavana.
It's also, it's Dhamma-conduct, I think, would also include dana, sila, bhavana, and sila, samadhi, panya.
So 3 things at the same.
Yeah, all kinds of good deeds. Yeah, could be Dhamma-conduct. Like just living in harmony with the Dhamma. Even those 3 things are just kind of a general way of speaking. But even like, you know, like Sutta study, like we're doing now, is also, we could say, Dhamma-conduct or meritorious deeds, like keeping our mind on the Dhamma. So that's actually kind of like another way of mental purification or bhavana. Yeah.
So if we just use the only words like a Dhamma-conduct, it includes all the kind of Buddhist, like practice meditation,
Yes.
do
Yes.
Buddhist, right? The same
Right.
way we use the skillful this or meritorious this, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And bhavana is usually translated as meditation, but maybe the more accurate definition is like mental development, or just cultivating our mind, improving the state, the quality of our mind. So that can also be with studying Buddhist literature, or using right understanding in daily life, that kind of thing.
You say like the conduct, the meaning of conduct, the same with the guide, the meaning of guide.
The meaning of what?
Guide. Like,
Guide.
you guide me to how to practice meditation, something like that. Or you conduct me.
Action. Conduct means action or deed.
Oh. Yeah, right. Yeah, conduct is actually like conduct. Yeah, like what we're doing, our actions. Yeah.
Action.
Mm. Mm. So we can read the last part.
So when we read the sutta until now, I understand that the king has a superpower, as well as he's very so rich, a lot of materials. Yeah, right.
Oh yeah.
But when the aging and death are rolling, the king the same with everyone. Aging and death rolling in everyone, right? So just shoot the Dhamma-conduct, right conduct. Yeah, this is the best action for all, include the king, to face the aging and death, right?
Yeah, and so he gives the examples of like using the different kinds of battles to win, to get more territory or more kingdom, like more land or something. But even all of those ways are nothing in the face of aging and death. Yeah, I'm not sure we can say he has superpower, although he may be like a enlightened person.
Yeah, he's not a person, but he has a power, like, and he can influence with many people. Yeah, not Alavaka, not the power of Alavaka. Yeah.
Right. Yes, he's very influential. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So then the Buddha goes on to say, like massive boulders, mountains pressing against the sky, moving in from all sides, crushing the four directions, so aging and death come rolling over living beings, noble warriors, Brahmins, merchants, workers, outcasts, and scavengers. They spare nothing. They trample everything. Here, elephant troops can hold no ground, nor can chariots or infantry, nor can a battle of wits or wealth win out. So a wise person, seeing his own good, steadfast, secures confidence in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. One who practices the Dhamma in thought, word, and deed receives praise here on earth, and after death rejoices in heaven. So he's just restating what has been made clear by by his conversation with the king, like aging and death, we can say, are like these 4 mountains coming in and crushing all beings in their path, because nothing can stand up against aging and death. Nothing can win against aging and death. Even for all these various types of people, like you said, they're all the same in the face of aging and death. So these great mountains of aging and death spare nothing. Like it has no mercy for anything or anyone, and they trample everything, like they destroy everything. So even all of these means that usually kings will use to win against their enemies, like elephants and chariots and infantry, none of these things can win against aging and death. So in the face of this situation, we should secure our confidence in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. And if we are practicing the Dhamma in our thought, words, and deeds, then we will be okay in this life and in our next lives also. So those are the only things we can do in the face of this situation of aging and death coming for all of us. So it may, in the beginning, it sounds like sad or maybe like a depressing state we're in, but the Buddha always manages to end on this high note, or like to end in a positive way, to say, you know, there is actually the way out, or the correct response to this seemingly bad situation. There is the answer, or the thing that will help this situation.
No, I need to make Vietnamese translation.
Yeah, no need. I think this sutta is quite easy to understand, and I think the king is a very good example, because you know, if we compare with a king, we are nothing. We are nothing compared with a king. He is much richer, much more powerful. He will have a lot of gold, of diamond, of elephant, and anything in the world to win anything he wants. And compared with a king, we are nothing. But even a king can against with the oath and the death. Yeah, I think this sutta is easy to understand, and but it's very deep. It's very deep.
Yeah.
Easy to
Yes.
understand, but it's very deep. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, thank you, Sayalay. To choose.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Milo
Yeah.
said that if the king has a lot of things, I have nothing compared to king. The king,
Yeah.
Buddha.
Sure.
So of course I will follow the Buddha.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the king has a lot to lose, right? But he understands he has to lose all. He already knows from this king he speaks to the Buddha in many suttas. So he's the close disciple, good follower of the Buddha. So he already understands well.
I always admire Buddha in one thing. For me only. For me only. I think that in every happy things, Buddha will see the bad thing. But even in the worst case, he can see the happy scenery. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think you see when we are just a normal person, so we usually see in one way. Like I don't like her, I like him, something like that, and we always go one way with our thought. But Buddha is a very yeah, he can see it in many direction.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. In happy situation, Buddha will see the bad thing, but in the worst scenario, but in the worst situation, he will see the happy thing. Yeah, it's very unique. Very unique.
Yeah. Actually, I think it's because, he can see both sides in both cases. He also knows the good part of the worldly things.
Yeah.
But because no one pays attention to the bad part, he has to point out the bad part.
Yeah.
He has to show us, these things are not reliable, don't think that these are the real good things. So he has to show the negative view because we don't see by ourselves, right? Yeah, then his real strength is to show that good side in the face of what we fear the most. Most people are so scared of aging and death because they don't know how to handle that situation.
Yeah, it look like this is a battle that we can't win. Yeah, we can't win, but we will lose in victory. we will lose with victory. I think so. Yeah, we can't win. Nobody can win this battle.
Right.
We lose it. Victory. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wise thinking, right? If we know we can't win, then it's like we have to accept that nature.
Yeah.
If we have no problem with the nature, then there's really no problem, right?
Chum, where are you, Chum?
Then I also like this sutta.
You are full of energy this day. So you are with your mom in Ninh Bình province, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of time, no working.
That's good. Was it your idea to do the sutta class?
I Yeah.
Was this class your idea again?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
last time?
It's your choice. It depends on you. Totally. That's on you.
I'm not
Wow, great,
stressed.
good deal.
At the beginning, I just just felt a bit worried, and I'm scared a bit when I read Sutta,
Oh, to read.
because it's not familiar
Mm.
with, yeah, and I
Mm.
also don't have a need to read the Sutta, because just follow Sayalay teaching, it is enough for me
Mm.
to practice.
Mm.
Yeah. But
Oh.
when I read the Sutta with you to improve my English, and I also realize the meaning of Sutta affect me. Yeah, like
Yeah.
the practice of following the Buddha teachings. Yeah, we repeat again and again and many times. Yeah, so
Yes.
my thought appear the Buddha teachings or the Sutta, yeah, appear disappear again, but appear more, and so yeah,
Oh,
I really like it.
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that too, because mostly I also just follow Seattle and don't focus much on literature, but it has a very special quality also. Very good for our mental health.
Yeah, and because of you, I became interested in more the Pali words.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
just some Pali words, but I'm not scared like before. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Thank you,
Good.
Sayalay.
It will be useful. Yeah, you're welcome. It's good for the future, definitely.
Yes.
It's very nice when you can hear and understand some Pali. I heard on Seattle's trip now with some of the Vietnamese monks and nuns. One of them was asking Seattle about well, basically she said she only wants to follow Seattle, and later she will study Buddhist literature. And Seattle told her she should try and do both, like follow him, and then when she has free time she can study Buddhist literature. So definitely Seattle is also encouraging us to do that.
Yeah, we do together. We read Sutta together with you because the benefits of all.
Great.
Yeah, I think when we read Sutta, we are doing a good deed together now. It's a good deed.
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
Yeah, we are trying to help ourselves. Yeah,
Because
we
because
deserve
because
to be helped.
learning
Yeah.
with our class, in our class we do good deeds to prepare to face aging and death in the future.
Yeah, it will be useful. Definitely. Yeah, when we study like this, we are putting our attention on some subjects usually we ignore in our life in the human world, society world. Usually we don't have to think about these subjects, so it's good we we think about it intentionally.
And tomorrow and after tomorrow, our class will be off, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, break
Saturday,
time.
Sunday. Yeah, and
But because we will off tomorrow and Sunday too, so can I ask Sayalay a question, please? Because I see a
Yes.
picture of you. Oh, yeah, you here. Because I see a big picture of you go arms around, and I see
Oh,
the person give you the vegetable that
yeah.
undercooked, no cook. I see.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Yeah, so you are in Thailand, you have to cook yourself.
Yeah, but not me. There's one nun here who enjoys cooking, so she's
Ah,
cooking for all of. Yeah.
ah,
Usually it works out like that in the centers, like the ones who like to cook, they will help for cooking.
oh,
There's always someone, yeah.
I see.
It just works out like that.
Yep, because it's quite strange for me because I always think that you will people will give monks and nuns all the things that ready to eat. But I see a
Yeah,
picture that you
for
have the vegetable that no cook. Yeah.
yeah, actually you're right. For the monks, it's in their rules not to cook. Actually,
Oh,
they're not allowed to cook.
oh,
But for nuns, for us, we're taking only 8 precepts, so we can cook for ourselves. So
yeah.
for nuns, people can donate the uncooked food.
I see. Yeah. Thank you, Sayalay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good question.
Yeah, I see a picture of you with 2 other nuns, and yeah, you look very happy. You look very bright in Thailand street
Oh, yeah.
with a pack of green vegetable in your arms. Yeah.
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 Yeah. It's nice here going for alms round. We leave in the early morning and we walk very far. So it feels very free.
Yeah. But you go arms every day, and do you have enough food to eat every day, or maybe someday you don't have
Yeah.
food?
Basically every day we get a lot. We have plenty.
Oh,
Yeah, we have more than we need. We also can give to some of the volunteers and their families.
oh, yeah, that's good.
Mm.
Ok, Trâm, mình hết rồi chưa Trâm?
Hết rồi ạ. Okay. Rồi, okay. Congratulations. We finished 3 sutta, and
Oh,
the most important thing is we done the good deeds too.
yeah.
Yeah, to prepare the aging and death.
Mm.
Yeah,
Thank you, Sayalay. Thank you, everyone.
yeah,
Good.
thank you,
Thank
thank you, everyone.
Tomorrow,
Yeah.
Sayalay
See you next week.
has a meeting with the Vietnamese community.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Donors
What time is it?
meditators. 8 p.m. Yeah.
8 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Sayalay. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you, Sayalay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Sayalay.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.